Nymphing with a long leader is becoming very popular in our country. Czech fly fishers, loyal to their own inventiveness, have adapted the classical French way of nymphing to their needs. It is similar in many ways to fishing with a short nymph, but it is much more effective than classical nymphing, especially in shallow and very clear water. This is especially so because of using very fine equipment. It is very important to use a trace from a material which has a minimal recovery. Thanks to that, we have perfect contact with the flies and a sensitive indicator which will warn us about any contact of the fish with the fly. The rods for French nymphing are also very fine, size 2 to 3, and in lengths exceeding even 3 meters. We use nylon tippets as thin as possible, usually from 0.08 to 0.12 millimeters, and the flies are small and very fine. We can go fishing even in the shallowest places. Therefore, before fishing at the most interesting places, we can also fish the less interesting ones, and even there you will find fish. Cast upstream and far from your position. It is important to get the flies into the right depth. It is different according to the kind of fish. The less the fish are active, the more we have to try to move the flies close to the river bottom and vice versa. We watch carefully the coloured indicator, which we will usually keep above the water surface, and we react to its every movement. The indicator will also float on the river surface while fishing at long distance or in the depths. And here is the first fish. It is struggling fiercely, but in a while the struggle is over. The barbless hooks enable easy freeing from the fish's mouth. We present the flies in the stream in such a way that the flow of the water is not disturbed by anything. With our hand outstretched, we try to extend the length of the line as much as possible to have better contact with the flies. It is very demanding, so we use long and fine leaders. And here is another fish. The same as with other techniques, it is necessary to understand which flies the fish prefers, and in which way to offer them, and how to assemble the fishing rod. We have to assess all the information all the time during fishing and adapt to it immediately. We can change the fly at places which have been fished well. With no other nibbles at the fly, we will use a brighter one to provoke other fish to attack the nymph. You can see the fish are active today, and they catch the drifting insects in the whole of the river flow. Thus our flies do not have to be too heavy, so they do not become grounded on the obstacles on the river bottom. These tactics have proved to be good, and here are other catches. The fish are a bit smaller, but you can see how successful and interesting this way of French nymphing can be.